Mahaska County Conservation's Great Outdoors, and I'm Laura DeCook, the naturalist for Mahaska County Conservation. With the arrival of the first day of spring next week, many birds and animals are beginning their spring ceremonies to find a mate, and the American woodcock is one of these animals. During the evening, go outside and listen for this sound. It's the sound of an American woodcock. The woodcock is also known by other names, such as timberdoodle, bog snipe, brush snipe, or maybe Labrador twister. These are just a few of the names of the American woodcock. It is perhaps the least known game bird in Iowa, and the woodcock is a member of the wading bird family, which includes common snipe, plovers, and killdeer. The woodcock is a rather odd-looking bird with its brown, black, and buff mottled plumage, and their eyes are set far back on its head and has a long bill. The male and female look very similar in appearance, with females being just a little larger and having a slightly longer bill. Woodcocks are migratory game birds, and in Iowa we generally do not see concentration over vast areas, but they are not as uncommon as you might think. Most birds we encounter here in Iowa are during the spring and fall. They are either passing through to a more southern wintering grounds in the fall or making their way back to more northern nesting grounds in the spring. However, some nesting does occur in Iowa. Woodcocks are often solitary, staying by themselves and not forming into flocks or coveys like quail. They are active during the day and periodically during the daytime hours. During the daytime, they're usually found in moist young forest with thick understory, and they use long, flexible tipped bill to probe for earthworms, which make up the bulk of their diet. They also consume various insect larvae, ants, crickets, and beetles. And during the night, they use nearby fields and openings to roost, feed, and mate. American woodcocks perform an amazing mating ritual at dawn and dusk each day. Aldo Leopold's Sky Dance essay in his Sound County Almanac gives a great description of the woodcock dance. I'll read a small excerpt of it to you. He flies low from some neighboring thicket, alights on bare moss, and at once begins the overture, a series of queer throaty peents spaced about 2 seconds apart, sounding much like the summer call of a nighthawk. And suddenly the peanting ceases, and the birds flutter skyward in a series of spirals, emitting a musical twitter. Up and up he goes, the spirals steeper and smaller, the twittering louder and louder until the performer is only a speck in the sky. Then, without warning, he tumbles like a crippled plane, giving voice of a soft liquid warble that a March bluebird might envy. At a few feet from the ground, he levels off and returns to his peanting ground, usually the exact spot where the performance began, and there resumes his peanting. It is soon too dark to see the bird on the ground, but you can see his flights against the sky for an hour, which is the usual duration of the show. And on moonlit nights, however, it may continue at intervals as long as the moon continues to shine. The peent sound that Aldo Leopold was referring to sounds like this. And the sound of the woodcock as it flies straight into the sky makes this sound. The other evening, a friend of mine, Darcy Verbeek, and I were outside watching to witness the amazing woodcock display, or, as it's called what we're doing, timberdoodling. It was so fun to listen to them and watch them soar into the sky. Most people have access to woodcock habitat on private or public grounds. If you are unfamiliar with this bird or have never witnessed his courtship and display, it is worth the effort to watch and listen. Well, thanks for joining me today in Mahaska County's Great Outdoors to learn a little bit about woodcocks. And let's get together the same time next week. Have a great day.